Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another special action figure review to you. World's Finest. That's what I'm going to title this. So, I just look for any excuse to go over my two favorite figures in the DC line that I have currently right now, and that is the DC Neca Christopher Reeve Superman the movie figure and the mezco Batman Sovereign Knight edition. So these are two figures that I love to death, and I love playing around with them and posing around with them, which I ain't the greatest poser in the world, but you catch my drift. So I just absolutely love these two figures, and I'm just going to compare them both together. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. So once again, taking a look at both these figures in close detail. Love them, absolutely love them. Love the NECA Christopher Reeve Superman. Head sculpt is fantastic. The costume is flawless. This overnight Batman, absolutely love. So let's take another go at Batsy here again. So he is absolutely phenomenal. The head sculpt, I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, I thought that the gloss finish on this Batman, I thought that he wouldn't chip as much, but unfortunately he did chip a little bit in his nose area and a little bit up here near the ears and his top of his cowl a little bit, but not anything too noticeable. He also chipped a little bit near his bat insignia right there. It's kind of unfortunate. Now I customized, I still have the Silver Knight belt that comes with this figure, but I customized, well, I don't want to say customized, that's the wrong choice of words. I swapped the belts. This is the belt from the Ascendant Knight Batman that I have, and I put it on this one, and I love it. It actually fits on this Batman figure perfectly. It's not loose in anything, as you can tell. It's not loose at all. It's very tight, and you still can get him in dynamic kicking poses and everything like that. So it does not hinder it at all. And this is how mezco should do their belts from now on. It's a nice tight fit, and it does not hinder the articulation at all. So mezco don't need to have their belts loose, just to just to have the articulation in their figures. So looking at Batsy a little bit more, all the detail in him, his gloves. I got his cape a little dusty, but that's what happens when you have these figures for a while. The boots, I love it. I love it. I was just looking for any excuse to look at this figure again, because when I originally got this figure and I was reviewing him, I kind of had a hard way, so I had to keep re-uploading, the video and everything. I love the texture in his cape, and the cape is long, once again, and yeah, this figure is just absolutely phenomenal. All the detail in Batman is glorious. Now let's put Dark Knight to the side, and let's take another look at Mr. Christopher Reeve here, and I still love that face sculpt. His face has been scuffing a little bit, unfortunately, and the fabric in his cape is kind of puffing up a little bit, so that's kind of bugging me out. But still, overall, absolutely phenomenal figure. Love this figure, Christopher Reeves. Got his underoos, the tights, the detail of his boots. You see the wrinkle in his boots. He kind of has like, it looked like knee pads kind of in a way, but it's kind of not. I love that. I love all of that. Definitely love the S in his back, and that little curl back there in his cape. The way how it sticks out like that, I thought it was really weird, but it's actually very accurate from the movie. I went back and watched the Christopher Reeve movie, and it's actually very accurate. So I absolutely love these two figures. Batman and Superman have always been my two favorite comic book characters growing up. Me watching the movies, then the cartoons, and then eventually, in my teenage years, getting into comics. Um, I'd probably say my first introduction, let's see, was it either Michael Keaton's Batman or was it Christopher Reeve's Superman? I I want to say because I was so young, and I got introduced to those movies from my parents because my parents were watching them. But my parents never really been huge comic book fans. Actually, I think I got that from my uncle. Um, God rest his soul. He had a collection of comic books, like rare comic books, like super rare comic books. Like if if I would have had his collection right now, I would be a rich man. Um, but I want to say Christopher Reeve Superman was my first introduction, and then Michael Keaton Batman, and those were movies I just watched as a kid, growing up, and um, they just shaped my love for both these characters. Christopher Reeve was so influential to me. I remember as a kid, with my old Superman toys that I have, I used to mimic like I memorized every line in the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, all four of them. And I used to mimic it, as a kid. And same thing with Michael Keaton Batman. Same thing. Um, so that was just really special for me, and for me to have these two figures is just really amazing. I do want the Michael Keaton Batman though. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I've seen a lot of people who have the Christopher Reeve Superman, like I have, and the Michael Keaton Batman, and it just looks fantastic. And a lot of those people that have it grew up with the movies like me, watching them, and just that just being their inspiration from then on. But this Overnight Batman really mimics Michael Keaton's '89 Batman, just comic, in a more realistic comic version. I would say. So, I absolutely love it. I love these figures, both of them. I love them both to death. World's finest. And then you have Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. Wow, that looks amazing. That oh man, woo. So I didn't do a video yet on my custom Christopher Reeve Clark Kent. Well, I did a previous video, but that was when I had the bootleg one. But this is the real, genuine article. So, and both of the world's finest, facing forward. Bruce with his bright blue eyes and Clark with his bright blue eyes, even through the glasses. And I think that looks pretty darn cool. And Clark holding his glasses. A little bit of Superman reveal right there. And then full on. So a little bit of paint chipping, scuffing with both figures. Uh, you know, which I guess that comes with the territory. If you have them in certain poses or sitting them out for too long, uh, you know, uh, have to be wary of that. But I mean, besides that, like nothing major. Absolutely love both of these figures, and yeah, they are just a dream come true for me. So, world's finest, mezco, Neca, Batman, Superman. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Got lots more reviews coming up. Until next time, see ya.